in Houston. The kick is away, and it will be Jgill with the ball to start things first. He'll take it out at the 25-yard line. Let's get to know these players better, starting off with the former Joe Rice, Wesley Gittens, 22 years old from Taylorsville, Georgia, $67,000 in his young career, the Madden 20 Texans club champ. TD, it's impressive to see that earnings number knowing he has yet to win a belt.
Yeah, he's been so close. You know, Final Four in the challenge last year, losing to eventual champion Noah. He's been so close. This could be his year where he gets over the hump and takes home his first belt.
One of those 818 crew members, his player to watch as you see Wesley getting ready. Listen, he's going to look to air the ball out, TD. That is the number one thing. It is going to be airing the ball out. It's going to start with Brett Favre.
Yeah, you know, Wesley kind of reminds me of Brett Favre the way he plays. You know, he's kind of wild. He'll throw you a pick here and there, but he's very prolific. So why not use that Brett Favre as your quarterback with that gunslinger ability?
Yeah, what you're saying is he's a little bit of a gunslinger.
Exactly.
On the flip side, first year competing, Jgill, 19 years old, representing the hometown, a Houston Texans native. So again, first club final, first year competing. TD, it's always dangerous playing with house money.
Oh, yeah. First year competing. He's a diehard Texans fan. Went to their first ever home game. Says he's playing with house money. He actually got into competitive Madden by watching on YouTube. He saw the Madden competitive gaming channel on YouTube last year, got him into it, and here he is on the big stage.
Take a look at his player to watch. How about one of the newest players added to the game of Madden, the legend, Lynn Swann with Deep in Elite.
Yeah, brand new card added. We haven't seen it a lot. Lynn Swann, Steelers legend with that deep in elite ability. We'll see how he uses it in his trips offense.
Ty, I don't know about you. I got a feeling this game's going to be closer than people think.
Hey, I don't know. We got to wait and see. I mean, Wesley is a huge favorite. You know, I think Jgill is super talented, but man, when you're getting in your first event, and I know it's online, it's not the live stage, but those first events, you know the nerves are going to hit him a little bit. Even though he said there's no pressure, those nerves are going to hit him. Wesley, an experienced veteran at this point. But we saw it happen in the Dolphins Club Championship. Will we see the same thing happen in the Texans?
First and 10. I like this play call. Looks like he's going to start off with a run play, something nice and easy. Hand the ball off to Reggie Bush. And he's going to find his way for 10 yards. I think it's going to be just short of the line to gain. It's going to be a second and short. Now, Ty, did you get an opportunity to talk to Jgill? I mean, what's this kid all about?
Yeah, I talked to him last night. It seems like a super humble kid. You know, his family supports him playing Madden. He's in school right now. He's a college student. So he hasn't had a lot of time. He said COVID has really helped him be able to lock in more. He said if he was away at school, he probably wouldn't have had the time to compete. So COVID's kind of helped him in that regard. But he said he's busy. A lot of projects, final exams coming up. But he's excited for the moment. He's super humble and super ready to go up against Wesley.
First down at 10. Look, left side. Good dot to Raheem Mostert. Ty, that's my favorite part. As we have grown the game here in the game of Madden, and you know, you've been around for a long time. You said in 2008, Mom, I'm going to be a professional Madden player. I think I definitely would have gotten smacked. I definitely would have gotten one upside the head, and she would have told me, no, you're not stopping.
Oh, exactly. You know, and my family's always been supportive. They just wanted me to get that college degree. Once I did that, I could kind of do whatever I wanted. But yeah, you love to see that family support. I mean, we just saw it with Mike Spoto and his dad, Gary. I mean, he was on the camera, so you saw that support. And honestly, right now, Jgill looking good. You know, he says he has no lab partners. But he did say, you know, he's in the TNC chats a lot. You know, he's on Twitch watching those guys play. So you see a lot of the same concepts out of this trip set that a lot of the TNC guys run.
Favre on first and 10. Throw right side, utilizing those curl routes. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's going to be where we see a lot of this new crop of players as more and more young players get involved. You're going to see more people coming from, listen, how did I get into the game? I watched it on Twitch. I watched it on YouTube. I bought the ebooks. I just got interested because there's so much there's so much video to digest right now.
Exactly. You know, Madden's never been bigger as far as content-wise. We have Twitch. We have YouTube. We have all these tournaments. So it's been awesome to see ebooks, all that stuff. And, you know, Jgill, he said he's ready for this. And he looks great on this drive so far. A lot of these curl routes, great spacing in the trips offense. Wesley not known for his defense. Big 3rd and 3 on the first drive.
They're down. Favre. Waiting, looking. Good blocking up front, but Favre is going to have to throw this one away. Good recognition from Jgill. He is not in field goal range. He's going to have to go for this one.
Yeah, great pocket presence, able to throw it away. 4th and 3, I fully expect him to go for it in the opponent territory here. Staying in that trips. He loves these curl routes, a lot of spacing concepts, curl flat combos. He's got that gunslinger Brett Favre, so he's able to throw it into some tight windows.
4th and 3. Raheem Mostert in motion to the left side. Favre dropping back, looking over the middle of the field. Low possession catch, first down to the 20-yard line. The young fella in his first MCS Live final. He doesn't look nervous at all.
Absolute laser from Jgill over the middle. Little slant post combo. He gets it in there with that Brett Favre and picks up a big first down.
1st and 10. Pressure off the edge. Wesley dialing up the heat. This one will get out of bounds. Incomplete on first.
Yeah, a little chess match right there. Jgill sending out 5 routes. Wesley recognizing that. Doesn't have anyone extra to block. Send more defenders than you have blockers, and you're able to get in there, get some pressure.
I'm trying to figure out what that lamp is behind Jgill. It looks like there's a design on there. There's a nice little low ball to Raheem Mostert. Is there something on? There's got to be something on there.
I don't know. It's a nice little setup.
Pretty sweet.
I think that's a David Robinson jersey hanging up there. Spurs legend down in Texas.
The Admiral.
Yeah, that's a nice little thing to hang on your wall. I like the setup.
He was one of my first favorite players as a basketball fan. Loved David Robinson. Had the old school Spurs jersey with the pastel colors.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorites. First and goal. Favre left
Thank
side.
you,
Tight window throw.
Dion.
Dion picks it off. I don't know how it ended up in the defender's hands, but Primetime has a whole lot of space. And once Primetime gets in space, call him NASA. To the house. What time for Wesley?
Prime time, 90 yards to the crib for Wesley. If you're Jgill, that's so unfortunate. You had an amazing drive. You went down the field, got to the 10-yard line, and you throw a pick. That's something you can't do in the red zone. Wesley takes advantage.
I don't know if I've ever seen a shoestring pick.
Come on, one more stop. One more stop.
Those acrobats are just glitchy out there. They make things happen. You got to get some acrobats on your defensive backfield, and Wesley has 5 of them.
Kids, that's why you need to practice your hacky sack in your free time, because you might be a part of an interception.
I don't know what you're saying half the time.
That's fair. I don't either, so.
Hacky sack, hanky panky, I don't know, but nice pick six here.
Hanky's up.
Prime time, acrobat, and then, I mean, no one's catching prime time in the open field.
You know, it's funny. I was having, I think it was the last time we were in person. Madden 20 challenge. We went out to dinner. Wesley was there. We were just talking about perceptions of everybody. And Wesley said, I want to be known. I think people should know that I am a top 5 defensive player in the game.
Interesting.
And I'll be honest, I laughed at him. I'll be honest, I laughed.
I don't know who was at that table, but I feel like they would all laugh at that statement.
But you know, watching the beginning of Madden 20, and listen, I've watched a lot of Madden here to start off the year. Wesley's defense has been impressive. He has really established himself as a tough player to play against defensively.
Great point. And Nick, you know, the one way you improve on defense is just a lot of reps. And what do we know about Wesley? He's basically in every online tournament there is. And you know, I know you're the busiest man in Madden, so you've called them all. So you see him out there. He's competing in all these tournaments. And the only ways you can improve is practice mode and just getting reps, playing a lot of games versus good quality opponents.
3rd and 12. Mostert in motion to the right side as Favre steps up over the middle. And Mostert can't make the catch. 4th and 12. And Jgill's going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, tries to go to the post route right there. It's a tough throw. Kind of, you know, it's just a tight window. It's kind of the throw he had to make, but just wasn't there. He's going to punt it away.
Now Wesley gets to see him on offense for the first time. TD, if you like that sort of air it out offense with a reckless disregard for danger, you're going to enjoy watching Wesley play.
I think you nailed it on the point, 100%. That's exactly how Wesley plays. He's going to air it out every play. I don't think we'll see many run plays. We might because he has the lead, but it's going to be air it out. He's going to throw a couple wild ones, but he's prolific. He's really good in that gun bunch, repping that 8-1-8 crew, so he's going to be prepared. And I know he did say he wasn't sure on what Jgill was going to be running. He didn't really know too much about him. But he plays so many games. He's surrounded by one of the best crews, and he's always good on offense.
Seven, 0 8-1-8's Wesley Gittins up. Jgill's still very much in this game. You just can never count anyone out here in Madden 21. This isn't Madden 20 where it felt like if you got up by a score or two, the game was over because of how run heavy the meta was. Here in 21, you're seeing 2-score, 3-score comebacks.
Exactly, and I think we saw the perfect example last game in the Colts championship. You know, Spoto was up big. I think he was up 31-10 at one point, and the little man fought back, made it a game, one possession. So yeah, definitely a completely different game than Madden 20, where anyone can kind of fight back, get back in it. So if Jgill can cook up a defensive stop, maybe bring a little heat and get the ball back.
Second and 4. Marv dropping back to pass. And he'll take off with number 4. Sliding down to the 45-yard line.
That was such a good playmaker, too, because he probably wanted to try to throw it, but since Jgill followed him, it opened up the perfect lane for Favre to get that first down. So great playmaker right there by Wesley to be able to take advantage with his gunslinger.
Favre on first down. Jgill dialing up some pressure, and it forces a throwaway. And you saw right there, Jgill, a lot of players sent trying to make Wesley uncomfortable passing.
Yeah, great defense right there. I think Wesley thought it was zone, went to a kind of a flood zone beater, and Jgill brought basically a cover 0 blitz, man-to-man, brought some heat. Great defensive selection right there by Jgill.
Staying hydrated. Houston, Texas native Jgill. Trying to rep his hometown team, trying to pull off the upset. Favre. Over the middle. Got him. Man, Tiddy, how good is this Chad Johnson item? You're seeing just about everybody running right now.
He's so good. And for Wesley, you know, he told me he has slot apprentice and he has outside apprentice on him. So he moves him around, gets him to that solo side, put him on a little post, sometimes a dig route. You know, just a great concept right there. Went with that flood concept. So you see the slot receiver on that smart route and out route really beats man. And then backside you had that post. He's able to throw it in there for a nice completion.
First and 15 now off the 3 audible false start. Favre stepping up, and he'll take off once again. Listen, he may not be a Michael Vick or Randall Cunningham, but Favre's got enough speed, enough evasiveness that can be an effective offense.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of speed, a little bit of agility, so you can take off for a couple yards here and there if you need it. I like the defense from Jgill. Now he's going to that mid blitz, that double A gap. I would expect to see some heat here from Jgill.
Motion to the right side. Nice throw to the right side. Interesting route combo right there, finding Chad Johnson to the 23.
Yeah, Jgill goes with the skies, comes out in that double A gap, but brought everyone pretty much back. Wesley, interesting route combo. We had that S post motion over with an out route. Goes a little out route to the sidelines for a first down.
7-0. Wesley using a lot of this clock here in the second quarter. He might have him over the top. Touchdown, Terry to the house for Wesley. Goes up by 2 scores. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Way too easily for Wesley Gittins, a.k.a. Joe Rice, a.k.a. Wesley G. It's just an S route. You know, that's one of the best man beaters in the game out of that Carolina bunch. You can't bump it. You can't play man versus it. And Terry McLaurin just too good. We've seen it all day today, Nick. That Terry McLaurin is just a beast.
Too much speed. Can't press him at the line. Can't let him get over the top. As one more time might be the easiest touchdown pass of Favre's illustrious career.
Yeah, just destroys man coverage. I mean, that was just not even close. Had about 10 steps on him. Just lobs it over there for a big play. And let's see what Jgill has now. A little adversity, his first ever event. He hasn't looked nervous at all. I haven't seen it. He looks pretty calm so far. But now is really kind of, you got to start to push it up the field.
He'll hit that curl around on the left side. I really do like this scheme that Jgill has come out with. It is methodical, and it hasn't, I mean, again, he hasn't put a touchdown on the board, but he seems comfortable in it.
Yeah, he's been relatively efficient too. You know, 7 for 11. He's had a lot of these curl routes, a lot of check downs. He had that great drive where he got down to the 9-yard line and threw that costly pick. But he definitely has not looked bad. You know, the second drive he had to punt. So if he could just get maybe one big play, get the momentum and get back into it.
Second down.
Some pressure.
Nice pocket from Jgill, but eventually the pressure gets there. There's that Colts legend, Dwight Freeney, with the sack.
Yeah, good pocket presence, able to step up. And, you know, that sack's okay. You didn't really lose any yardage. Big 3rd and 3. Wesley now looks like he's in a 3-3-5 odd type of formation, so we haven't seen a lot of this year. Interesting.
Right there. I was just about to point out that contain on the outside, that linebacker that's sort of shifted outside the tackle. That's where you can dial up a lot of pressure, and Wesley able to get it there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he is in that nickel 3-3-5 odd. So that's been a very good defense the last few years on the competitive scene. Haven't seen it too much this year, but to your point, Nick, you see that left side there with that contain. It kind of can come free. It's glitchy over there, as we call it. Big 4th and 6 for Jgill to keep his tournament hopes alive.
It's only the first half. That's how good Wesley is. Up 14-0. Jgill on 4th down. Pressure picked up.
Yes, sir, Freeney.
But throws it late. It's picked up. The big man, Dwight Freeney, rumble big fella to the 26-yard line.
Dwight Freeney at D tackle in a zone coverage picks it off. Just some crazy defense by Wesley's cooking up. Pretty random and pretty out of the box, but I like it. I love it. I love to see some DN, some D tackles, and some zone coverage. Jgill had great pocket presence, but just didn't make the right read, and Wesley's in complete control.
Represent the big fellas. Dwight Freeney with the pick, and now Wesley, he can smell blood in the water. He's looking to put a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, he's like a shark in this point right now. I mean, even if you go up 17, in complete control, he's looked phenomenal on defense. To your point earlier, Nick, I mean, Wesley looks very improved on defense since we've seen him, you know, the last few years, and I know you've seen more of his games this year. So he does look great on defense, and we know how good he is on offense.
Over the top, why not? One time. That's just a laser beam to Ocho Cinco, and you can see Jgill. He knows exactly what kind of situation he is in. Wesley, 21 skunk.
Yeah, tough spot for Jgill. You know, you feel for him. It's just a juggernaut. I mean, Wesley's just too good, too much experience. I mean, it's hard to expect anything else. Jgill in his first year competing, man, to make it to this point, and then you got to go up against a top 10 player in the world in Wesley, as we see this post route just man-to-man. Torches him, just burns him. Chad Johnson all day long, easy touchdown. But yeah, for Jgill, man, it's just like, you know, to go up against Wesley in your club finals, you couldn't. It's tough, man. You feel for the kid, but it's just what it is. And he's gonna. I told him this last night too. Win or lose, you're gonna learn from this. You're building a name for yourself. He said he's hungry. He you know, seeing all this competitive stuff has gotten him fired up. So I know he'll be back. It's a learning experience, but man, it's getting rough.
Everybody was at this position at one time in their careers. It's one of those, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And Wesley's pretty darn good. Quite a test in your first MCS Live final. Go to the right side, Johnson. No gain on the play.
Yeah, you know, when you're a true competitor, you're going to want to bounce back from this. You're going to learn from this. You're going to say, okay, what did I do? Like the first time I ever went to a tournament, lost in the second round, got blown out. And I was like, man, I love this. I want to get better at this. And I think Jgill will take that mentality into next year or later on this year.
Halftime in Houston. 21-0. Wesley on top. And Wesley getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, it's just been all Wesley. A lot of good defense. Like we said, Jgill hasn't looked bad on offense. I mean, that last pick was pretty rough, but he had that good drive. He's just trying to make a play. Wesley now trying to get cute, doing some dance moves here. But yeah, if you're Wesley here, just use some of this clock. Try to get out of the third quarter.
It's going to be a lot of short passes and run plays for Wesley from here on out. Got to assume chew clock will be on. What a day here in the AFC South. Up.
Come on.
Batted up in the air. No one will come down with that one. Shaping up. Look at this division. Spoto, Wesley, Drini, Kritobin.
Deep post.
I mean, listen, NFC East is great. Don't get me wrong. But this AFC South is getting slept on for how tough it will be.
Oh, yeah. This AFC South, I think, might be as good as that NFC East. I mean, 2 belt winners, 2 guys that have been close to a belt. So it might even be better than the NFC East.
And what, next week we get to head to the NFC South? 3 more divisions go halfway through the club championships. Finals. Just this much closer to finding who will be in that final 32 in January, competing for the largest top prize in MCS history, $150,000 top prize. Bush outside of the 31-yard line. I can't even imagine. I mean, like, I don't even know. That's what's the crazy part about some of these young kids. I mean, like, take Drini, for example. He's 21 years old. Almost made $300,000 in his career. At 21, I would have been happy with $300 in my career.
Insane, right? And that for Drini, that's what he said. It's not about the money for him anymore. It's about the legacy on that path, trying to become the greatest ever.
Farm on 2nd and 6. He'll just take off, slide down. It's going to be a 3rd and a yard. You know, watching these first couple of months of Madden 21, TD, seeing all these online tournaments, Wesley, I think, has played in the grand majority of them, which is something that he's done for the last couple of years. He's not afraid to show what he's running because everyone already knows what he's running.
Yeah, he plays in every online tournament. He's been one of the most consistent players since he's came onto the scene, really, since he made that first event. I believe back in Madden 17 or 18 when he made it to the challenge. So it's been very consistent. You know, you usually expect Wesley, he's one of those favorites you expect to always make a deep run in these type of MCS tournaments.
As the chew clock adventure continues onward, 21-0, Wesley on top. Jgill in his first, not just first live final, first time competing. And do you think it is easier or harder for a player to come in the first year competing like we are this year in Madden 21 on full MUT, or in past years competing on salary cap?
Yeah, that's a really good question. You know, I'd probably lean a little bit easier on full MUT just because there's not a lot of strategy as far compared to salary cap. You know, with knowing the budget players. Like if you're just coming on to Madden, you don't know the Troy Apke's of the world. You don't know the budget guys that you need on your squad. You know, full MUT, he can just come out here, get the best players stacked up on his team. So I would lean that way, but it's definitely a good discussion.
What was young Tyler Davis's first MCS live final?
Well, I've had more success pre-MCS. So MCS, probably Arizona Club Championship. No, Patriots Club Championship. Basically the club championship. I never did well. I did decent in the online for the challenge, but and then classic like final 32. So, but club championship definitely my best.
That is the weird part. You know, we hope everyone at home is staying safe, staying home, wearing masks, all that stuff. That is the one thing I think that, you know, one of the biggest hopes in getting the world back to a normal place is just everyone misses the classic. Everyone misses kicking off the year with that tournament.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite things, man. Going to the live events. You know, I grew up going to those live tournaments, traveling across the country for $2,000 tournaments, and here we are in the MCS playing for $750,000. So awesome to see here. Wesley doing a great job, by the way, using all this clock. I mean, to start the drive, I said his goal was to get out of the third quarter. Looks like he's going to do exactly that.
Yeah, how crazy is that? You were traveling across the country for $2,000 tournaments. Now there are multiple tournaments where you can win that much sitting at home right now.
Yep. Let me tell you, Nick, I was booking flights, staying in hotel rooms all across the country, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, Vegas. I mean, really going to play for sometimes $1,500, you know what I mean? Because it was about being the best. It was the grind to make a name, to improve. It wasn't always about the money, you know? It's about the glory. It's about being the best Madden player in the world. So, yeah. But now, like you said, I mean, we got $2,000 online tournaments basically a couple times a week. We got the MCS, so it's awesome to see the growth of Madden.
6 to a hotel room just to save a couple bucks.
Yep, exactly.
Rico Williams snoring in the room next to you.
You wake up with little man's feet in your face one time. You got the legend Rico Williams snoring next to you. You know, it's just great times, man.
It's great times. 21-0 here in the fourth quarter. All but a formality at this point as Wesley continues to run down this clock. I mean, by the way, people at home who are just getting into competing, maybe looking for some tips on how to become a better competitor, watch this drive here from Wesley. This is how you close games out. I know it's 21-0, but this is a perfect closeout drive.
Exactly. He might take this whole third and fourth quarter. I mean, you don't see that very often, and I just think that shows the improvement of Wesley as a tournament player. I mean, we talked about it. He said Madden 19, you know, he was good, but he didn't have that lather-than experience. He didn't have these type of situational experiences like we're seeing right here. And then Madden 20 wasn't really his style. He had a good year, but it wasn't his style. Now this kind of could be the perfect storm for him. And if you're Jgill, you know, you're learning exactly from what Wesley's doing right now. He's taking this whole second half from you. And, you know, earlier we mentioned about all the content watching, and I think a lot of things you can do out there if you guys are tuned in is what Jgill did. He went on the Madden Competitive Gaming channel on YouTube. One of the best things you can do if you want to improve. You can watch all these tournament games back. You can rewind them. You can fast forward. All that stuff to see what the pros are doing and how you can improve. Jgill did exactly that. Got him to this point. He's only going to get better from here.
And make sure you check out, by the way, Madden Competitive Gaming on YouTube. Check out League Ops Twitter, Instagram, all that for the latest news and updates here in the MCS as we work our way towards that final 32. We'll be back with you next week, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, NFC South action. Don't forget Derwin James versus the World, presented by Oakley, coming up following this. 2nd and 7 for Wesley. Give it to Eddie George. Big number 27 taking the carry, and he'll be able to take this to the 2-minute warning. How about this? 8 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, this is domination. I mean, took the whole third quarter, took the whole fourth quarter. Might not even let Jgill see the ball in the whole second half. That is clock management at absolute perfection.
Nowhere to go there. Wes is just going to take his 3. You know, this game is sort of an interesting case study, TD, because there are a lot of games you watch, especially with this wide margin, that you point to like, it was these 2 plays that really doomed him. As the kick is up, let's go 24-0. This doesn't feel like that. This just feels like, listen, Wesley was the better player tonight. I don't feel like Jgill played poorly, but he ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, exactly. He did not play poorly at all. The one turnover, you know, at the 9-yard line is kind of what really, you know, got the momentum in Wesley's favor. But he didn't play bad at all. He just didn't really have any big plays on offense. He just kind of was, you know, playing dink and dunk, which is fine. He got down the field, but then, you know, Wesley got the stops we needed to. And then, you know, Wesley, you know, he's known as an offensive player, but he didn't do too much on offense. Just kind of did what he needed to. And then it was really a first half game. The second half, you know, it was one possession, so.
There's a pick 6 and 2 passes for Wesley. 21-0 at the half, and it was all downhill from there. As far as a pick up 9. So under a minute to go. Southern Miss University. Golden Eagle, Brett Farr, finding Chad Johnson at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, nice little out route right there. And Jgill,
I want to see the young fella get on the board.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Even if you get into field goal range, maybe take your 3. Just to say you got some points here in your first live event.
Terry McLaurin motion to the right side. Whoa, that two-man rush just got absolutely dominated. Nice low ball there. He's had a couple really nice reads.
Yeah, 10 for 15, so not terrible. Just the 2 picks, you know, the 9-yard line pick and then that little Dwight Freeney pick, which was pretty wild. Dwight Freeney hitting that pick. But he's been decently efficient, just no big plays, like I said. 80 yards is just not going to get it done.
See what Jgill does here. 15 seconds. He'll take his timeout. Fight till the end. See what you can do here on the big stage. Nothing to hang your head about. Just amazing to make it here. And, you know, it's got to be great. Even, you know, first live event, first year competing, you're able to take home $2,500.
Exactly. Like he said, you know, he's been locked in this year. He really enjoyed the competitive scene, found out about it last year. And I know it's not the outcome that he wanted, but he'll definitely learn from this and he'll be back.
And it looks like he's going to go for the old don't get skunked on live TV. Put some points on the board, young fella. As this should close out the game. Kick is up. It is good. Your final. 24-3. Wesley with the win. TD, as expected. I think the score probably a little wider than this game actually indicated, but Wesley once again showing why he's a top player in the game of Madden.